Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. The NFL offseason is always buzzing, but right now, there's a storm brewing around one of the most intriguing potential moves that could shake up the NFC West, and by extension, the entire league. And it involves none other than Fred Warner, the star linebacker from the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I know what you're thinking, Fred Warner. Why would the Giants be interested in a player from the 49ers? Well, folks, sometimes the NFL landscape shifts in ways you least expect, and this is one of those moments where strategic moves could redefine the Giants' defense and maybe even their entire season. Let's start by setting the scene. The San Francisco 49ers, currently sitting at 6-2, are in a strong position in the NFC West. But as always, the cap room is tight, just around $8 million, and they're facing some pressing needs. The team has been hit hard by injuries, especially along their defensive line, with 4 players on injured reserve this season. The Niners are known for their relentless defense, but with the cap constraints and the need to replenish their depth, especially on the line, rumors have started swirling that they might be willing to part ways with Warner, a player they might see as a luxury rather than a necessity at this point. According to some credible reports, including insights from ESPN's Adam Schefter, there's a strong possibility that the 49ers could move Warner before the upcoming November 4th trade deadline. The idea is that they could use the draft picks gained from trading Warner, potentially a second-round pick in the 2026 draft, to bolster their offensive and defensive line depth, especially after suffering those key injuries. It's a strategic move, a classic rebuild of sorts, giving them flexibility in next year's roster and cap management. The buzz is that the 49ers are weighing whether to make this move, especially considering Warner's hefty salary and their current cap situation. Now, how does this affect the Giants? Well, for starters, Fred Warner is not just any linebacker. He's a proven All-Pro, a player who's been one of the league's top defenders since he came out of BYU. At just 28 years old, Warner has established a reputation as one of the smartest, most instinctive linebackers in the NFL. His ability to read plays, cover tight ends and running backs, and make game-changing tackles is what sets him apart. Over the years, he's accumulated over 850 tackles, 10 interceptions, and maintained an impressive 87.1 PFF grade. His coverage skills are elite, with an 86.5 grade in coverage, and he's shown remarkable consistency in both 2024 and 2025 seasons. In 2025, Warner racked up 92 tackles and 4 interceptions with a PFF grade of 88.3 and an EPA per target of -0.41. He's a playmaker, a guy who can change the course of a game with a turnover or a crucial stop. His run-stopping ability is also top-tier, with a 14% run-stuff rate, and he's been targeted 5 times for passes defended this season. His durability is another big plus. Despite some injuries early in his career, Warner has remained largely healthy, and in Week 11 he delivered a game-winning interception against the Seahawks, adding to his reputation as a turnover-forcing machine, reminiscent of the legendary Luke Kuechly during his prime. So why would the Giants be interested? Well, for starters, the Giants' linebacker group has been exposed this season, primarily due to missed assignments and some positional errors. With a record of 3-5, they're looking for any edge to improve their defense, especially against the run and in coverage. Warner, with his football IQ and leadership, could be the perfect piece to elevate their entire defensive scheme. His presence would immediately boost their ability to control the middle of the field, reduce the number of big plays given up, and improve overall team discipline. Now let's get into the strategic implications. The 49ers, with their current cap situation, might see moving Warner as an opportunity to free up approximately $15 million in cap space. This money could be used to extend or re-sign other key players like Dre Greenlaw, who is also a talented linebacker, but perhaps more affordable at this stage. The move would also help the 49ers avoid overcommitting financially to Warner, especially considering they extended him a few years ago for around $25 million. With Warner's age and performance, the team might prefer to recoup draft capital rather than pay a premium for a player they might view as a luxury item on their roster. For the Giants, acquiring Warner would be a game changer. Imagine him lining up next to players like Micah McFadden, or even helping to develop the younger talent in their linebacker core. His intelligence and ability to read offenses could turn the Giants' defense into one of the league's most formidable units. With Warner, the Giants could see a significant jump in their tackle numbers, projected around 130 tackles per season, and an increase in turnovers, potentially raising their turnover rate by 15%, going from roughly 1.3 to 1.5 turnovers per game. That's the kind of impact that can swing close games in your favor and set the stage for a serious playoff push. Furthermore, Warner's presence would help the Giants in high-stakes moments, especially against division rivals like the Eagles. His ability to diagnose plays quickly and cover effectively against the Eagles' talented skill players could be the difference-maker in critical matchups. Considering the Giants' recent history of being a team that fights hard but sometimes falls short due to lapses in coverage or missed assignments, Warner's football IQ and leadership could elevate the entire defense, making them more consistent and reliable when it matters most. Now, let's talk about the broader picture. The odds of the Giants making a deep playoff run are already improving, but acquiring a player of Warner's caliber could push those odds even further. Bookmakers currently have their Super Bowl odds at around plus 12-0, but if Warner joins the squad, those odds could improve to around plus 7,500. Why? Because Warner is not just a good linebacker. He's an X-factor in the playoffs, especially given his ability to perform under pressure. His past performances, including in 2023 when he was instrumental in forcing turnovers and stopping the run, show that he thrives in high-stakes situations. His postseason experience and football IQ make him a guy who can be trusted to make the right read when it counts. But of course, nothing is guaranteed. The 49ers are known for their cautious approach when it comes to cap management and roster moves, and they're also wary of making a move that could weaken their team in the short term. The skepticism around Warner's salary cap hit, around $8 million this year, might be a sticking point, especially if they believe they can get similar production from a cheaper alternative or develop their younger players. The Niners are a team built on a winning culture, and they might see Warner as a luxury they can't afford right now, given their desire to stay flexible for a potential deep playoff run. For the Giants, though, this could be a golden opportunity. With a realistic chance to bolster their defense by adding a proven leader and playmaker like Warner, they could transform their defense from a liability into one of the league's most feared units. It's all about seizing the moment, especially when the trade deadline is looming. The Giants, coaching staff and front office will undoubtedly be weighing the pros and cons, but if they can swing this kind of deal, it could redefine their season and set the stage for a playoff push that no one saw coming. In the end, what makes this rumor so fascinating is the perfect storm of needs and opportunities. The 49ers are looking to rebuild and free up cap space, and Warner's value has never been higher. The Giants, on the other hand, are eager to improve their defense and add a veteran leader who can elevate everyone around him. This trade happens, it's not just a win for the Giants. It's a statement that they're serious about competing at the highest level and that they're willing to make bold moves to do so. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And so, fans, this is where things stand. The NFL is a league of surprises, and the potential of Fred Warner donning the Giants, blue and red, could be one of the biggest stories of the season. It would be a bold move, a statement of intent from the Giants' front office, signaling that they're serious about contending now and building for the future. Warner's leadership, intelligence, and playmaking ability could be the missing piece that finally pushes the Giants into serious playoff contention, maybe even beyond. As we keep an eye on the trade deadline approaching, one thing's clear. The Giants are not just sitting around watching others make moves. If the opportunity arises to add a player of Warner's caliber, especially given the potential for a cap-friendly deal and draft picks, they'll likely jump at it. It's about making strategic, smart moves that set the franchise up for success, and Warner might just be the perfect fit. The NFL is all about drama, and this story has all the makings of a blockbuster. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.